Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. And I'm going to do some bound fighting. And we're going to do a martial art video after this, which involves talking about all the possibilities of martial arts. And earlier today, which this will reflect my next video, so this is kind of a reminder. I said some shit, not like trying to be evil towards Dan Inosanto, but just like trying to like clarify some shit, you know, because y'all might not like what I said, and that's fine, but it doesn't make it any less true, because without Bruce Lee, there would have been Inosanto. And so, Dan Inosanto, if you can hear everybody, you need to start defending Bruce Lee's reputation a little bit better than what you're doing. That's all I was trying to get to. So we will make a video about that. But first, we're going to make a video about bound hands and fighting one more fucking time, just because we don't have anything better to do. Plus, my leg hurts from hitting myself with the goddamn blasted lightsaber. So I'm sure you all got a good laugh at that. Now, there's a few things that I teach you every time. And the first thing I tell you before we even get started is do not attempt this at home or on your own, especially if you've never had a day of martial art training in your life. Now basically, this will just be another damn rehashing of me showing you that you can still fight with your hands bound. It's just a matter of, you know, your will to survive, I guess we can call it that. I don't know what this is, so I'm clicking on it. Alright, I think I'm still recording. Yep, still recording. Alright, so, to be perfectly clear, alright, 1, I've been training like this with my hands tied since I was 12 years old. Maybe younger. Concussions kind of affected my memory a little bit. So, take it as you will. If we are lucky in life, there will never be a situation where your hands are tied. But if your hands are tied, I'm here to tell you that you probably can still fight. I'm also telling you that this is mostly used for movies, because it's cooler in movies, and if you do have to do this in real life, you're taking an incredible chance. There's a good chance that you will get fucked up. There's a good chance that you might die. And I want to make sure that I'm clarified on that before anybody goes off on Instagram and sending people my way talking about some James the badass is fighting with his hands tied. No, James is showing you that you can fight with your hands tied. And just because I can do it doesn't mean you can do it. And like I said, I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I'm 47 now. So when I started doing this towards movies, I decided, you know, I think this would be great for movies. So Jay Diz and I did a movie called freaking Dragon's Breath, and it I used the hand tie technique in the Dragon's Breath, but only the hand tied in front. For medicinal purposes tonight, we will not be doing hand tied in the back for an actual demonstration, but you can go to any of my YouTube channel and find a video of bound fighting. I'm pretty sure I put it on under bound fighting, so you can find it BOUND FIGHING, or however the fuck you spell fighting. But anyway, you know the blocks. You're high, you're medium, you're low. You're high, you're medium with knee, and you're low. You're high left, you're medium, you're low. You're high, you're medium with knee, and you're low. So you have all that down pat. If you've watched any of these videos so far, you've had that down pat. Now the thing about this, in all honesty, is that you will have to learn to use both of your hands at the same time as a cohesive unit. And if you can't do that, you're probably going to get fucked up. So, first thing you have to understand is that you are in a situation that more than likely you will probably never be in real life. But if you are in real life, this video will let you know that you can still fight. I will recommend that if someone has you at knife point or gun point, that you do not take the chance of doing anything stupid. Because fighting somebody with a knife with your hands tied can probably get you killed, or more than likely, let's keep it real, it will probably get you killed. Fighting somebody with your hands tied and they have a gun, you're dead. I'm not even going to put the probably in there. You're dead. They're just going to shoot you because they can. There's nothing you can really do. This rope is not bulletproof, so I'm pretty sure they're probably going to kill you. keep those things in mind that if you are ever in a situation where your hands are tied, that you need to pick your spots. Alright? And the reason why I say that, if you are a wrestler, you understand this. If you are a martial artist, you understand this. If you're just a regular old Joe Blow person, you need to understand this. You need to pick your spots. Timing is everything. When it comes to any kind of fighting, timing is everything. Skill is great. Luck is great. But timing is everything. You have to time and pick your spots. If there's one guy behind you and one guy in front of you, and the guy behind you is the one with the gun, and you have to follow the instructions of the guy in front, you're going to have to wait till one of them fucks up. Literally. You're going to have to wait until one of them either gets side by side the other one before you can do something. And if you're going to do anything, you probably should go after the guy with a fucking gun. So you can like choke the fuck out of it and get the gun so you can shoot the guy with the knife. Now, that has been said, do not sleep on a motherfucker with a knife. A knife is just as deadly as a gun, if not more deadlier, because the hand is quicker than the fucking eye. And don't ever forget that the hand is quicker than the eye, because you will never know until you get stabbed if the person had a fucking knife or not. Unless they got the knife in your back. Alright, so then you know that you're being poked by a sharp instrument, which can more than likely kill you. Alright? Understand how that shit works. As to not freak myself out or freak out anyone else. So, your hands are tied. A lot of short range is what we're going to work on tonight. So we're going to work on blocking and kneeing and forearming or elbow. Alright? So 9 times out of 10 if the guy's coming at you and he throws a left jab, you want to get to his outside. So you want to block and you want to throw a knee. If you cannot throw a knee, you want to block and throw a low elbow going into this area. If you're taller than me, then you want to throw a high elbow because you blocked and then you're going to go over his arm, his extended left hand. You blocked, boom. You're going over because you're taller than him. Now, if you're fighting somebody my size and you're taller than me and I throw a left jab and you push me this way, you want to travel over the arm and elbow me in the face or the throat. So we'll look, boom, boom. Now, if you're fighting somebody shorter than me and you're short like me, you want to go boom and then elbow to the gut. The elbow to the gut is a little bit more effective because it's going to affect their ability to breathe. Now, if you're short and you block and you elbow them over the arm, then you want to aim at the throat. You don't want to aim at the face. You want to aim at the throat because if the person can't breathe, they can't hurt you, and it doesn't matter how good their fucking skills is, they're still human. It doesn't matter how lucky you get, you want to aim at the throat. I'm only going to teach you to aim at places that I know for a fact is going to cause you to fuck somebody's shit up. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because a lot of people don't understand how solid muscle is. Alright? A solid muscle hit is probably only going to piss a person off. It's the same reason why when people tell you to box, you always hit the head and the body will fall. Well, sometimes if you hit the body, the head will fall. It just depends on where you hit that person. And where you hit a person is far more important than how hard you hit. And I don't give a fuck who I just pissed off in the martial art world about that shit. Where you hit a person is very fucking important. It is probably the most important thing that you need to learn in a martial arts school. And if your teacher isn't teaching you that, then you should probably get another teacher. I'm sorry. I just pissed off a lot of people with that. I don't give a fuck. If you're going to teach somebody a martial art, you need to teach them the fucking truth because getting hit fucking sucks. Knowing where to hit a person is far more important than how hard you hit a person. Now, strike has a factor in it. But, as a person, I strongly believe in Kempo. I strongly believe in pressure points. I'm sorry, me and Rob will never agree with that. I do not believe in a no-touch knockout. However, I also don't believe that I can Hadouken anybody. But I do know that I have personally felt a fire in my hand. If you want to call it chi, knock yourself out. I don't know what it is, but I felt it twice. I can't really describe it other than it felt like I dumped my hand in gasoline and lit a match. But it didn't burn me on the inside. It only burnt on the outside. I could feel that shit. In a couple of fights, I've had this happen. So, kudos to those who made Fatal Fury and the Burning Knuckles because I felt that shit. Now, again, I can't make you believe that shit. I can only tell you what I've been through. You can take it with a grain of salt. It's fine by me. I'm not here to make you believe shit. I'm here to teach you and make sure that you don't get fucked up. Alright? Because a lot of people who don't follow me and follow everybody else, they don't fail to understand the people you are following aren't giving you 99.9. They might give you 45% of the truth, which is why when I make movies or videos and I tell people that 70-30 is the truth. 70% of the dojo shit only works in the dojo. 30% of the dojo shit only works outside. You have to find a way to make it work in both places. It's not impossible. I know what works in both places. I have found a way to combine that shit. The only problem is I have to figure out who the fuck I'm fighting to use that shit. And that's the thing about martial arts. So we will continue, but I want to make sure you are clarified that it doesn't matter what martial arts you take. It matters what the other motherfucker is taking and what they're doing to you when the fight starts. If you're both doing Taekwondo, you pretty much know the same routines, alright? Unless somebody has a higher level of Taekwondo where they're taking a different branch. And yes, there are different branches of Taekwondo because there's Taekwondo, there's Olympic Taekwondo, and there's a couple of other brands of Taekwondo. And you need to understand it. There's not just one version of Taekwondo, just like I had found out there's not just one version of Kempo, because I didn't know there was a Chinese Kempo. I knew Okinawa Kempo, because that's what I had taken. Or at least that's what I think I was taking. But all martial arts have relations in certain moves and certain elements. And even Kung Fu and Wing Chun does have knees. They're rarely used, but they were like situational knees. Alright? So in Wing Chun, when she used knees, they were situational knees. It was pretty much the closest weapon that she could use. So when you incorporate, boom, I can't do it with my hands tied, but you know, when you wrap it and you're here, boom, and then there's a knee. Alright? Now since your hands are chained or tied, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. So when you block, boom, and you knee, you want to put your hands behind the back of your opponent. So you've blocked, bam! And when you turn, because I can't turn very well here anymore because of my hip replacement, but when you throw this knee, you want to turn into that damn person's body. You want to put that whole torque. Both of your feet are going to pivot. Boom! And you're going to turn. And when you drive your knee, you want it in the solar plexus or over to this area in a kidney. And if you're on this side, you want the liver or the kidney. You want to hit them somewhere where you're going to do some fucking damage, where you're going to heal them over. Once they're healed over, you're from here now. You've pushed them, you've kneed them, boom! You want to drop the elbow. Now, in case you didn't get this, everything was from the left side, which legally makes it Kung Fu. So, I've blocked, I'm on the outside of them, I've kneed them, they've bent over, I left elbowed them. Now, if I want to do karate, and I wanted to emphasize more pain, that's where instead of doing this elbow, I would do this elbow because my whole body turns, and I turn to give the power with the torque. Alright? Hopefully I'm teaching you something useful. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who watch karate or do karate who's going to say something to me on Instagram about this shit. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to tell the truth. What are you going to do? Because everybody knows Kung Fu and karate is pretty much the same thing outside of certain forms of karate have different hand positions and certain forms of karate don't close on impact. Where most forms of Kung Fu close on impact and has some of the same damn hand techniques because Crane Karate and Crane Kung Fu is legitimately the same goddamn shit. Some probably from Okinawa put a little twist on it, but for original Kung Fu with the Crane style, it's pretty much the same goddamn thing. So when you're going to block, or if you're going to do a double butterfly block, you know, you're going to block, and when you block, you're going to push. So when you're pushing, after that block, the knee should have already struck. And then there for karate. Alright? But for Kung Fu, it'll be block, strike, strike. Now, your target's simple. Here, and then there. You know, it's really not that damn difficult of a thing. Now, in the event that you wanted to do karate with that, again, block, knee, and then strike because you have to add the torque, which is where your power's going to come from. You might not get the chance though, which is why I emphasize more of the Kung Fu version versus the karate. Because you know, you block and you strike and you strike again. You're pretty much in the fight, and you're going to strike in precise spots. You're not gonna just like fucking fight wildly. You're just gonna fucking strike in precise spots, which is why I said you're gonna need them here, or you're going to just say you totally don't use a knee. You block and you elbow. If you're gonna elbow, make sure it's the whole elbow, unless you're gonna forearm. But if you're gonna elbow, them. You're gonna either go up high or you're gonna go low into one of these areas because you push them past. Boom is a quicker strike, but if you push them and you boom, and this is probably where the height of the individual on which you are fighting actually counts. Now, here's where some confusion is about to come in, because I'm about to do an inside to outside crescent kick and a return. Alright? So, guys, coming inside to outside, that means this leg is going this way. Alright? I'm going to try to put my opponent into the direction in which I need him to be. So, he comes at me, boom. He's right here. Now, I got some options. Because option one is I can return a kick there, because it was the closest kick that would make it kung fu. So, if I don't choose to use this kick, and I choose to use this kick, and I do a turning round, I got a foot sweep, I have a head shot, or a gut shot. It just depends on where his body is in the position of. But I'm going to be honest, once I hit this, boom, I'm going to throw a punch. If he's close enough, I'm going to throw a punch. If he's not close enough, I have to stuff in to throw the punch. Fuck that shit. I can also get the hell out of dodge. Yeah, because he's coming. Boom! I can go this way. I'm free to go. You have to understand, you have to have an escape route. You have to have an escape route no matter what martial art you take. Having an escape route, especially if you're like a low-level fighter. If you're like me and people are going to start calling you a has-been, you need an escape route. Because your escape route is going to be the difference maker between life and death. In that, if you know you're not a good fighter, then I would always suggest the outside to inside crescent kick. That way, you will automatically be put in a position to escape. So the guy's coming at you, boom! He's right there. You can pivot, and you can go. We've made this video 1,000 times before, so you can go back and watch it. We don't have to go too deep into that. Now, let's say you want to engage them after doing the kick that I just did, which I'm going to redo. So I'm here, boom! I stopped him. He's right here. Boom! Short elbow. Where I can grab him, short knee. If I can get nasty, because he's right here. So, short elbow, in case I was out of frame for Instagram. Short knee. Those will be kung fu. Well, let's say I give him a short elbow, and then I give him the other knee, where I have torqued and twisted. So the power is coming from my hip to his face. Boom! I'm also holding him in place to make sure that he can't escape my onslaught. Now, I'm going to be done in like about 4 seconds. The one don't that you're not going to do, I'm going to show you, and hopefully I won't have to go to the hospital, so be ready in case I do. With your hands tied in front or back, you should probably never ever attempt to do the kick that I'm attempting to do, which is a reverse tornado kick. You've seen me do this 1,000 times. I have gone down at least once, and thank God I still have my teeth. So, don't attempt that shit. You're off balance. Your hands are tied, so that throws off your balance. And there's a good chance that if that person ducks and they slide right by you, so that guy got by me, boom, boom. Now I'm hurt. And not only am I hurt, I'm possibly fracked up on a whole nother level. Oh, great. Somebody messed up an inset. I'll be sure to take that upstairs. Anyway, you have to understand how these things work. When your hands are bound, you already are in a world of trouble. Whether you like it or not, you are in a world of deep fried shit. So hopefully I've taught you something, and if I've pissed you off, just wait. I'm about to make you even more madder. So now I'm going to end Kung Fu Havoc number 2 and do one last video, and then I'm going to go post it and go wash off the superhero stank.